Let's keep calm and mother on. Mothering is way too important to do alone and way too serious to be serious all the time. My name is Christy Thomas, and I am here shoulder to shoulder with you, mothering and enjoying life together. This is the podcast where you can focus on being mindful and taking a deep breath with me and learning new things so you can pause and savor the amazing life you already have. Now let's go. Hey, it's my birthday podcast. I am so excited to be here with you. I turn 40 on Sunday. Yes, I am a Halloween baby. And that was one of the questions you sent in. Do you like having your birthday on Halloween? And the answer is meh. I am not a spooky, scary person. So Halloween is not really my jam. And Halloween has been such a big thing for my kids in terms of memory making and building community that it hasn't felt like my birthday in a while. But I know it will this year because there's some plans by important people that love me. So I'm really excited for that. And yay for turning 40. Right? It feels like every birthday is such a gift to be alive. Now, here's another question from you. So this episode is going to be a list of questions that you've sent in, and I'm just going to randomly read the question and then answer it, and we can get to know each other better because it seems like a fun thing to do. What was your favorite thing that happened to you while you were in your 30s? Well, I started my 30th year in Spain for my birthday, and that was pretty amazing. And then I went all downhill. No, turning 30 in Spain was epic, and having that adventure in a country that I don't speak the language. And then we've moved so many times, and I started running. There's been so much growth in my 30s, and I'm just grateful for the chance to stretch out my arms and take up space. What are some life lessons you've learned that you would go back and tell your 20-year-old self if you could? That the hard things feel really hard in the moment, but when you look back, you realize that you didn't have to carry it all by yourself, that you could ask for help, and that there was so many people holding what you thought was hard with you, and that I was never really alone. Okay, next one. The most rewarding risk I ever took in my life. Would it be cliche to say getting married and saying yes in that adventure? I think that staying married and being married has probably been one of the most exciting parts of my life. And all the adventures that it's been with the military moving us around. Okay, so more generic question. What is your favorite color? Green. My favorite color is green, leaning towards teal. My all-time favorite animal is the ring-tailed lemur. I did a report on them in 6th grade, and I've been a #1 fan of them ever since. My favorite running shoes are by New Balance, and they're New Balance 860s. And of course, I love them in teal or bright colors if they have them. Never white, never black. My favorite dessert is a Godiva truffle that is milk chocolate with key lime inside. Really, chocolate with key lime. Favorite dessert. Okay, my favorite meal of all time, celebratory or not celebratory, is pad thai. Rice noodles, spicy sauce, spicy peanut sauce, pad thai. My favorite place I've ever lived was the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I like the wild, rugged beauty, and it's too hard to pick from all the places we've moved around in. So I literally picked one of the first places I moved to by myself. Next question. Is there anything you're expecting to happen or learn in your 40s? Everyone says that 40s is for women to stop being worried about what other people think and to just be yourself fully. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because all my friends that are older than me seem really self-confident and self-assured. I also made a pipe dream when my husband did an Ironman triathlon that I would do one or some sort of triathlon in my 40s. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Favorite book of all time? I don't have one because I don't normally read books over and over again. There you go. And my favorite children's book would be a Sesame Street book called Don't Forget the Oatmeal. I've probably have the whole thing memorized still. My favorite book that I've read this year would be The Woman They Could Not Silence, One Woman, Her Incredible Fight for Freedom, and the Men Who Tried to Make Her Disappear by Katie Moore. It's a very interesting nonfiction book. My favorite movie during my teenage years were Clueless, Bed of Roses, and Empire Record. My favorite movie of all time is the Christmas movie, The Santa Claus. My favorite science movie is The Flight of the Butterflies, about monarch migration. And my favorite roommate when I lived in the Brown Munson apartment building would definitely be this amazing chick named Laura. The gnarliest childhood injury story would probably be one that doesn't belong to me personally, but my brother during my 5th grade graduation party, where he tumbled over his bike and knocked out a couple of teeth and bit through his lip. It was really gross, especially when you're a 5th grade girl that's trying to throw a party. Next question. Have you ever won anything, a contest or a raffle or a lottery or whatever? And I thought for a moment, and yes, I have won something. We participated in a geocaching contest at a outdoor store in Maine, and we won a GPS unit, a handheld GPS unit as our prize, which is totally outdated. We've probably thrown it away. Your phone is much better. But if you haven't gone geocaching, you should go geocaching. And I won. Next one, a snack I am currently obsessed with would be salt and vinegar almonds. Another snack I'm currently obsessed with is Noosa lemon yogurt, the smallest cup ones. And this question has been asked repeatedly by my own child. Whenever I post this on social media, she asks me, who is your favorite child? And that there's only one right answer, so choose very wisely. Well, my oldest child. The answer is like you told me it would be in our kitchen earlier. The answer is that I love all of you equally and that your dad has a favorite child, but I don't. Okay, next question. What is your fondest childhood memory of Post Lane, which is one of the streets I grew up on? And that favorite childhood memory would be playing in the front yard, and we were playing and playing and playing, and every once in a while the ice cream truck would come, but my dad wouldn't let us ask the ice cream truck to stop until it was almost next door. And then we could run and panic and chase after it. So that always was fun. I was yelling, "Stop!" really loudly when the ice cream truck was almost gone. Okay, you guys almost tricked me. Earlier, someone asked me what was my favorite place I've ever lived. So I was able to just say the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. But someone else just asked what was my favorite duty station and why. And I would have to say the favorite duty stations would be Monterey, California, or Washington, D.C., because those are the places that my children were born. I like every place we've lived. Haven't liked every house we've lived in, but I've liked every place we've lived. So I can't really tell you which one I would pick back. Before I learned I had a wheat allergy, I used to like lots of desserts. But since then, I don't know how to answer this question of what is your favorite dessert, because a lot of my favorite desserts, I just can't make them well without wheat. but I really like creme brulee. These are from a baker. What dessert comforts you the most or makes you happy every single time you have it? And that would be a really fancy hot chocolate, like the type of hot chocolate that has whipped cream and sprinkles and sauce on it and like really rich flavor. So there you go. Like a really amazing hot chocolate. Makes me happy every single time. What did I want to be when I was a child? Well, it depends on what age, but I've wanted to be the president. I've wanted to be an astronaut, a teacher, a mom, a school bus driver, a chemist. I wanted to name the colors of crayons for Crayola. I wanted to be an author. And I wanted to do charity stunts cross country by driving golf carts. From coast to coast, yeah, that was a dream. Coast to coast golf carts for charity. What is your favorite prayer? Well, my favorite prayer since I became Catholic would definitely be the Hail Mary prayer. It's my go-to when I just don't know what to say. How did you meet your husband? Well, I met my husband volunteering at a summer camp. We were both helping out with fifth graders, and he was there spending 23 hours for 5 days in a row with fifth grade boys. And yeah, there we go. He told me he had to ask me on a date because I had red hair, which is something I still contest. I don't know why he thinks I have red hair. My favorite dance move, well, that's super easy. It's got to be the shopping cart one where you're pushing the shopping cart, or the sprinkler, or the Charlie Brown if I can pull it off, but usually that one just trips me up. My go-to karaoke song. Okay, my go-to karaoke song would be Don't Worry, Be Happy. Okay, the next one that pops up in my head, though, would be Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain. But I don't think I've ever actually sang that in public anywhere. The favorite distance for a race. My favorite running race distance would be the half marathon. Because it's fun to train for. It takes a little bit of effort, but doesn't take up your whole life like a full marathon does. What is your favorite yoga pose or stretch? Well, it's definitely the tree pose, and I stand that way in my kitchen. And I've noticed that my 13-year-old just randomly holds the tree pose too whenever she's doing stuff, and she can even play the violin while doing it. So apparently it's just something we do. We hold the tree pose. Next, my favorite inside paint color. Well, my favorite inside paint color is by Sherwin-Williams, and it would be, I think it's called Ancient Marble. My favorite smell would be vanilla mixed with citrus. So vanilla with lime, vanilla with oranges, something fresh like that. Something that smells like baked goods and newly cleaned. My favorite fruit would be strawberries that you pick straight from the You Pick farm, or cherries, especially if my kids are using the cherry pitter machine and doing all the work for me. Next, my favorite vegetable would be eggplant. But really, it's about the cooking strategy. I like chopping up vegetables, root vegetables, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, green beans, eggplant, and then baking them at like 425 with a drizzle of olive oil. I just like roasted vegetables best. Are you a morning or nighttime person? I think I am a morning person. What are you going out for Halloween? And I am going to be Lily Potter from, Harry Potter, Hogwarts fame. I don't think anyone's going to recognize me, but that's okay. Everyone else in our group is going as some sort of Hogwarts person, and I've chosen Lily Potter. And what is your favorite flower? And that would be the tiger lily. They grew in my backyard as a kid, and they grow in the house that we own in Nebraska, and they're just my favorite type of flower. Yes, this close second would be a flower that's a weed, right? The milkweed flower, because I love helping the monarchs and collecting them and raising them. Okay, that was all the questions. I can't believe we went through 40 questions for turning 40, and I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for humoring me and asking me lots of questions so we can get to know each other better. Here is your self-care for today. I would like you to sit down with a piece of paper and go along with me. When was the last time you gave yourself space to be reflective and think about the best parts of your life or your favorite things? So take the time, re-listen, and answer the questions with me. And then for your family fun idea, I want you to do the Monster Mash or whatever other seasonal song you can find on YouTube. Like there's some free dance songs with like skeleton themes. Just do something silly and movement based and enjoy that. That was this week's Breathe With Me episode where I suggested that you feel your body and breathe with your body. So do that with your kids this week as the family fun idea. I'm so glad you're here. You're exactly the right mom for your kids. I have no doubt about it. You are full of love and grace and joy and all the good things. I know this life can be hard and brutal and wonderful at the same time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for helping us both keep calm and mother on together. Don't forget to leave a rating and review wherever you're listening to this podcast. And if you want to continue the conversation, find me on Instagram over at Everyday Runner Christy. Have a great day.